The number one and the best is the Antichrist. But I'm God, not God, because the Antichrist, it's me!
Just about rolling, y'all. I'm watching the KBPS at the moment. It's getting there. It's in the green again. Back down to yeller. Let me close out some of these extra tabs and stuff. Isn't there a way to save the bookmark all tabs? There we go. Here we go. I'm going to call this reopen 1122. I don't want to lose these tabs. Oh God, it begins. Alright. Your face is in the green? I hope not. Alright. I'm going to turn off the mic over here and head over to the other side of the room. And a double helping of gravy. At the hobby station, testing the mic. Mic test. It sounds pretty crisp and clear. Let's go on into Paint Stream. What is that looking at? What the heck is going on? What the heck? Hold on, where's my desk cam? Oh, I know what's going on. I could not for the life of me figure out what the fuck was going on these. There. Okay. I hear music. I hear voice. I think that means it's time to dig in, y'all. Yes, we shall power off.
Yeah.
Would you do a workout?
I do.
Give me 10.
Damn it, dude.
Okay.
All right, we'll intro after the push-ups then.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
Also, my RGBs aren't plugged in. Give me a second. Give me just a second here. There we go. You know what time it is? It's time for, uh-oh. Why can't I hear my music? Why can't I hear my... Okay, there it goes. There it goes. I was scared some setting had got changed. You know what time it is? It's time to get interrupted before I can even start talking is what time it is. What the fuck was I trying to say? My train of thought has been derailed. Howdy y'all, and welcome back to another Country 5 Minis live stream, paint stream here in the Bullshit Corner 2.0. I'm your host Cameron, the country boy in the big city, and tonight we're digging back in on some brightly colored gaudy mechs. And that's our Big Kev's Brigade. I did get them to a perfunctory standard for my game. They are not done to my liking. I was intent to jump in on the black metal for Locust Labs painting competition, but it has been extended. The deadline has been extended, so I have till next week to work on it. So we're gonna push that back, and that way I can actually make these look painted to a passable standard. Because right now they're kind of tabletop standard. I'd call this tabletop tournament plus. They've got an ink wash on the turquoise orange, but I don't have the caution stripes done. I don't have any unit markings. The turquoise has not been ink washed at all. So we're going to fix that today, and we're going to get these looking really nice and worthy of being added to the collection proper. Welcome everybody. Welcome Surveillance Wizard. Thank you for watching the ads. Every little watch does indeed send a couple pennies my way. Welcome Kotex. Welcome Comstar Knight. Tyler Stimbridge. Hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Anyhow, let's do our push-ups count here. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do that. And I'll tell you what. We'll do this. We'll do a goal as well. I can't do a goal of 3. I'm gonna skip it. What a cute Jenner. Love that Mechs. I prefer the old cockpit look to the new plastic, which your print appears to have. This is this was a nightmare of a model. I found a really fun one on Cults and tossed it in Blender. It needed some work though. Let me get a pointing tool. So this like very simple flat face behind the cockpit had a whole bunch of geometry like layered on top of each other. It had like 60 faces. There's so many vertices back here, and all the vertices here all individually had a single triangle going to the same spot, and they were all layered on top of each other ad infinitum. So it took a lot of work to get that printing correctly, but we managed to work it out. And this one has a few extras. I went with cat ears on all my mechs this time around, and this one's I also added the jump stuff. This is my work. I can send this STL to folks if you want it. And because we're going with cats, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I put toe beans on the bottom of the footsies because they were otherwise just flat. So those are going to get painted tonight as well. That's a big loss there, Mr. Slink. Not that it matters to your ridiculous pile of biscuit coins. Okay. Anyhow, let's get stuck in. Let's start working on these boyos. I have been filming them a little bit here, a little bit there, trying to get them usable for a 10-minute minis feature. Yeah, let's start our day with a little bit of water in our wet palette. Get hydrated up. Hope y'all are out there staying hydrated yourselves. I'm personally not. My lips are dry as hell, but I'll drink some more coffee about it. If you were curious, Kat says morale. I appreciate Kat's input. I do. I approve of morale. Actually, before we get started, let me remind y'all about that thing I was just talking about. Locust Labs currently has the Black Marauder in a fun pose, standing triumphant over top of a busted up Black Knight with fun little cables hanging down, teeth in the mouth, and an open head, or open mouth on the head. Yeah, check it out, download it. I'm fairly certain it's completely free, like 99% certain. It's completely free over on the Patreon, and just running a painting competition. So if you want to get one and enter, make sure to check it out. Entries are due on the 30th, so you still have time to get one out and paint it up if you want to dig into a project and go hard at it, and try out a Locust Labs sculpt if you haven't yet. I'm currently working to start up commercial sales of Locust Labs prints as well, so keep an eye out for that. If you don't have a 3D printer and want to get your hands on some here in the States, just keep an eye out for it over on Country Fried Minis. I'll probably do a post on the YouTube channel as well. I typed too much. Too big number. Yeah, there's some limitations with the duels and the gambling that I can't like control. There is a hard limit. Okay, anyhow, on to the actual work on tonight. Last thing I did on these boyos was either putting on the yellow or ink washing our turquoise here. So I think our next step is going to go in. We're going to take some Ethermatic blue. I've discovered is a really good color for this, and we're gonna thin it down a little bit. I think we're gonna go for like a 4-to-1 paint to water thinning, just a tiny bit, and we're gonna carefully panel line some of these sections. I don't really want to wash the whole thing down, but I do want to boost a little bit of contrast between sections like this. What was that? What was that? I gotta mute this phone notifications. Yes, babink. See, the thing is, I can't hear the babinks when I'm over here. All right, let's get this refreshed. It's making me watch another ad. Yeah, let's get stuck in. I have my tripod so we can do a little filming, and this will get turned into another video on the channel at some point. I'm discovering that I'm not quite as adept at putting together the 10-minute minis videos as I thought, but to be fair, I've been painting a lot instead of editing as much as I should be. Let me know if you'd rather see more painting or editing tomorrow. Like one of the two. Actually, let's do a fucking poll. How do I set up a poll? How do I set up a poll here? Where's the option to do a poll? I think I have to do it over there. Did they take it out? I sent you a text to hear the salute the sun? No. Nope. I have to mute that because it will go nuts during these streams otherwise. Okay, so we got our lights in position. We got our camera ready. We're going to hit the Pro Video Record button, and we're going to show Ethermatic blue to the camera. We're going to pull out and find a spot on our wet palette. We're going to get out a toothpick. There's a picture of you and a picture of Reggie. Well, I'm recording right now, so I can't really show it to the people. Do you want people to see Reggie? Chat, do you want to see Reggie? I'm do a little puddle of ethermatic blue. And it's immediately sucking up yellow. Alright, this is going to be problematic. We have to do... We have to use the dry palette for this. Yeah, we got to use the dry palette for this. So let's swap off to the dry palette. I was just being distracting? Okay. I mean, distractions are what makes this fun, I think. Working through the distractions of y'all's collective insanity. I'm not the crazy one here. Alright, so we're going to use our dry palette for this, just so it doesn't absorb any color. And we're going to go, I think just 1 drop of water. Yeah, we're going to start with 1 drop, and if it's too much, we can always add more. You can't take it out, you can always add more in though. Give it a good stir. Stir, stir, stir. And we're going to use our 3-0 round. I started to say liner. I guess it is a liner, but it's just listed as a round. Make a little room for it. And we're going to get our boy here. Our big chunkin' lad. Get him in the gripper. What's going on here? There we go. We're going to start picking out points. I think what's standing out to me at the moment is this panel right here. So we'll start with that. Take our ethermatic blue. And we're just going to start, we're going to be really careful. Just try to do a little outlining of these panels. Give it a little extra depth, and then we can remove it from the surface as well. I don't want to lose any of my edges, but I do want the crevices darkened. And there are places where we can be a little less than careful. But right here, like right next to those panels, we just want to be real gentle. Real gentle and fill in those spots. I think we're just going to fill this whole thing right here. Speaking of filling, just get some of that ethermatic blue down. There we go. Just got the file for the black metal. Hell yeah. That is some thin paint already. Yes, it is very thin. It is very thin. In fact, I think we maybe even don't necessarily need the water in it. The ethermatic blue is especially thin compared to some of the other speed paints or contrast colors. But the thing is, we don't want to lose our teal color here, which again, we've got the same problem as last time. Y'all can't really see the exact tone of this on the camera, but we're just going to go about our model and kind of move swiftly. And just pick out spots anywhere that your eye immediately sees that needs deepening of the crevices. Crevices. We're gonna hit it up. All right, that's enough filming because this is gonna get reduced to like 10 seconds in the video anyways, so plenty of footage, and we'll get back in on it here and work it. Just, I think we'll start from here and we'll go around back and forth until we have all the spots that need love filled in. Basically, we've reduced our ethermatic blue contrast color into a wash, and an especially thin wash at that. We want it to seep into the crevices. Well, I give up. Dual, D-U-A-L, that's not how you spell dual. can see already that a little bit of handling has started to rub paint off the corners. That's fine. When we get into the chipping work later tonight, that should be fine. All right. Let's do this here. Just continue around the boy. And it's like just like line work. It's just like factory work. You know, it's tedious. We're hitting spots. We're taking our time. We're flying through it. It seems like a monumental task, honestly, to be doing so much panel lining. But you know, if you get stuck in, you get good music playing. Nice audiobook or podcast or live stream going in the background, something to pipe into your ears. Phone autocorrect sucks so bad on YouTube. That's funny. I've also noticed swipe to type works really poorly in some places, and it doesn't put the space after words. Pretty sure YouTube chat it is like that for me. As a Samsung user, I use swipe to type all the time. My words are reduced to gestures and patterns. I use the swipe to type so much that it combined with my Duolingo, the phone will recognize Spanish too. Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
Okay. So now that we're like warmed up and we've done a fair amount of the panel lining, the flow state is a little faster. We can be a little looser with our application. Just, you know, be free with it. Hit it where it needs to go. Slap it on the spot, move on to the next. Just get going. And before you know it, in no time at all,
The number one
it'll
in
all
the bit
get filled in.
is the Antichrist. But I'm God, not God, because the Antichrist, it's me!
I love that promo. That guy is fucking ridiculous. You don't really
And a
see it
double
in
helping
that,
of
but
gravy.
there's like a he does like a puffed up chest walk off the screen after he botches that so bad. Kotek says I don't have the patience for panel lining on models that small and intricate.
I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one
I can see that.
does it better.
And any of the designs that come from MechWarrior Online are going to make it even worse. I think the CGL sculpts are a little better for kind of automatically picking up this detail. And you know, I'm looking at this. And I can't tell much of a difference, to be honest. I think even the one drop of water has been too little or too thin for what we're going for here. Let's let this section right here dry and see how that stands up. I may need to go back and rethink this approach without any water in it. Which is going to be really unfortunate. It's hard to tell at the moment. I don't want to push it too far into the blue territory. It's kind of like a minty greeny color. CGL ones have recessed panel lines, Mech 5 ones don't. The wash doesn't wick into it. It's just, I think it's a matter of them being deeper. I don't have a CGL sculpt handy. I do have IWM sculpts ready though, and even those have like these lines, these panel lines are like substantially deeper cut into it because this was sculpted, you know, as a model to be painted. I think the little details in the middle on this Ostrock are probably about the same as what we're getting on these Sylogy sculpts. Well, this isn't Sylogy. I think it was originally a Sylogy and got modified. Maybe. It might actually be a Polygon Masterworks base. I can't really tell. Yeah. You know, it depends on the sculpt. You could be working with these mini Hulk Mechs models, and they have kind of that same, like, really deep line thing going on. It depends model to model. All right, what's our panel lines look like with that wash? I can't fucking tell. Like, some of these here look deeper. Some of these look basically unaffected. And that's a little disheartening. Let's do one right here. I think maybe I just need to apply it heavier. I can see it here a little bit. It's just not super strong. So what we're gonna do, before we get too much further in this, I'm gonna wick this up. And we're gonna do the same thing again. I'm not gonna panel line the same spots here on stream. But let's get us a new spot on this palette, maybe right here. And we're gonna go with full strength Aethermatic Blue. I think that's the solution. I'm gonna go full strength. And again, I'm not gonna dip out of this pot. We're gonna use the toothpick to guide our little drizzle onto the spot. And we're gonna keep doing the same thing we've been doing, but we're gonna use a slightly stronger paint. That way we can actually see our results. So this is all based on a test on this model right here. This line versus that line. It needs something. It needs a little bit to make it, you know, look fine. I keep hearing something. Sounds a lot like dripping. It is raining outside. I think it's just reflected sound. It's distracting. It sounds like something in my kitchen. Which is right over there. Okay, let's do this. Really? Ooh, dastardly. How y'all feel about unskippable 5-second long ads? And then the chat not loading at all, so you have to refresh it again and watch another ad. Shame. I'm telling y'all, the stream the other day has me a little paranoid that chat is just not loading. You got it, brother.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gotta step around and stuff.
I have a pen over here. I did just have a pen. There it is. Let's update our count. Thank you for your concern about my physical well-being. Nice turquoise on them guns, yes. So, turquoise is Technar's fault. We got to talking about, you guys know about brown gerene, because brown is just orange. And I put out turquoise and orange and mixed them together, and it became this beautiful steely blue gray. And we've used it on all the metallic, what would normally be metallics this time around. There are no metallics on this model, and I kind of like the look. So after we do the Ethermatic blue, we're going to go back in and highlight up that blue. Chat is moving, at least it seems like it is. Yeah, I'm just in the habit now of refreshing the my little phone window from time to time. It's the way, just to be sure. Anyhow, we're just going to keep at it here, and eventually we'll get through all these little panel lines. This one is crazy intricate, unfortunately. So none of them will be quite as time consuming as this lad. Let's do a bunch back here. And now it's funny because some of this stuff back here is going to prove to be unnecessary. I just don't know where yet. Because I want to do like a heat glow effect on these fellers. Whether we're talking jump jets or like heat sink vents. That type of stuff. But we're going to keep doing the same thing. And actually, seeing that the Ethermatic blue is kind of hard to see on the surface, we can be a little more free in our application. We know that it's not gonna substantially change the surface tone of the color too much. So that's gonna allow us to move faster here. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna, I'm not gonna say slop it on, because we're not slopping it on. We're still being somewhat precise in our application. We're still putting it on the lines themselves. But like under here on the bottom, I think we can afford to just put it on in the typical contrast way. Let's actually just build it up real heavy right here. It'll create some nice foreshadows up underneath. We heard this one last time. I'm wondering if there's like not actually super random element to the shuffle on our music list. Brown gerene and turquoise, just a few more for a country fried palette. Yeah, exactly. Man, wouldn't that be the dream to work with Vallejo and then get a paint selection together. I know they've done it before with certain game companies. It would be really fun. Could always just do like a PDF with instructions on how to mix up specific tones. We need to canonize brown gerene. I don't think what would be the closest to a brown gerene. It's kind of like the old vomit brown for G-dubs, which the closest for that now is Light Ochre, I guess. Like, I think that is Brown Jareen for sure. No, that's Baylor Brown. That's the wrong one. Hold on. I'm gonna have to stand up. Where's it at? I didn't realize Baylor Brown was so close to Light Ochre. So Baylor Brown versus Light Ochre. That's Brown Jareen for sure. Damn, just showed up to some absolutely vibing beats. Oh yeah, we're on a kick. Is this two Avalo tracks in a row? Howdy, Mr. Grimm. I was originally planning on digging into the Derek's Devils today, but I did these boys a disservice and did not get them to the full standard that I would insist on. So I'm actually planning tomorrow to dig into the Derek's Devils. If you want to check that out, we're going to be working on a set of Mechs that are black to red, with a nice gradient on all the panels. It should be a lot of fun. Oh damn! Has it been long enough? It has.
Give me 10.
You got it, brother. Back down we go.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
10 more for you. Coming right up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Try to do these as fast as possible to get back at it. This all be good. This be looking spicy. Heck yeah. Derek's Devils, that is correct. They are canon unit. Alright, that's 30 so far. Keep them coming, y'all. 5-minute cooldown on that, by the way. So you don't kill me. But let's try for at least 100 this evening. Alright, so same deal. We're just going to continue chugging along, hitting that Ethermatic blue on. We want to deepen our panel recesses. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking like it maybe doesn't need to go in every panel.
Oh, jeez.
We can get a little variation between the initial speed paint tone and the secondary wash. Ooh, who dat? Thank you for the generous donation, Mr. Comstar Knight.
Comstar Knight 36 donated a $4.99 super chat. Get them gains. Hit the flow state.
Good lord, that one was awesome. Yeah, thank you. As far as gains, I don't necessarily think I'll get gains from this effort, but I can attest to y'all that there has been a substantial strength gain so far. How long have we been doing the push-ups thing here? Like a month? Has it been more than a month yet? I've already graduated from knees down to full plank for the entirety of a stream. So yeah, it feels pretty good. Now if I could just get the diet under control, things would be a little different. But I'll tell you what, I love pizza. Anyhow, I'm gonna continue flying along, slapping a little ethermatic here and there. Just want to deepen these crevices. You know, I'm kind of regretting not making clear delineations between where I'm putting the ethermatic and just leaving the original jade green in the corners. That's fine. We're just going to keep moving, and we do know that the color difference isn't too far off, so we can be a little looser with our precision. Almost done with this boy, and we can move on to the next one. Again, we can also use a little bit of artistic intuition here to know where to put this heavier. Like right here, this is all underneath that leg, so I'm just going to full strength it on over the whole thing and use it to help create some little foreshadows. We'll do the same right here. And just blast that on full strength as if we were applying a contrast paint normally. Cover the whole thing. This shit too, right here. All of that down. I think we might start to get a little light hitting this panel right here, so we're not gonna saturate that whole thing, but we will try to boost those panel lines between the green and the purple. Now here, this whole thing is in the shadow, so I think we're gonna blast all of that, all of this, boom, 100%, slap it down. Looking good. That's already got some. Need a little bit more on the back of these toes. There we go. That one leg is looking pretty much done. I'm going to boost it here, I think. Do we want a whole bunch in that crevice? I think so. I think this is all in shadow. So we're just going to, same deal, completely saturate all that. And then same for the underside. We're just going to full strength that down. This is all in shadow, right there. So it's going to get the full treatment. Is this Wave Saver? I can't tell. Some kind of nature, some kind of soul. That's a crazy looking crap. Yeah, it's the KGC 010. It's got, instead of the normal loadout, we've got a pair of LB10Xs, a pair of ER PPCs. They may just be regular PPCs. A pair of PPCs, and then around the PPCs, there are 6 barrels here that are SRM6s. I do like the look on this one. The sculptor took the back end of the Marauder 2C. Yeah, the Marauder 2C to get the cooling spikes that are part of the like fluff behind it. But the PPCs I don't think would extend all the way out. I think they'd be flush with the surface. In the technical specifications of this mech, the PPCs are listed as flush with the surface to justify the cooling spikes. It's interesting in the storyline behind it. The KGC 010, when people encountered it in the field, due to its bizarre look and the purple discharge from its unique PPCs, folks thought they were facing a wholly new weapon system. It is Starleague era, so it's been around a long time. Very cool though. If you're paying for the cooling, you want to protect them, right? Yeah. Holy shit, I just figured out why I couldn't spin properly. Yes, please enlighten us, Mr. Another Nate. You're talking about the trying to spin the end of your cylinder last night. another mate was having a problem in Blender using the spin tool, and the origin of the gizmo that lets you control the rotation was tied to the very center of the work area. It was bizarre, and I was frantically looking up what I could do to help him, and I could not find it. It seemed like a pretty bizarre problem. And it's pretty fun, actually, if any of y'all are interested. We've been doing a lot of hanging out in the voice chats on the Country Fried Minis Discord, kind of collectively learning how to do stuff in Blender together. We had a member join the community who is a sculpting hobbyist, and it galvanized a few of us to start to dig in. You have to relocate the cursor. You select the vertex you want to spin around with the crosshair selector. Wait, can you move how are you moving the cursor? So I usually, when I'm moving the cursor, what I'll do is I'll go into edit mode and then I'll select the vertex that I want to have the cursor at, and then I'll snap. You can use the snap vertices menu under right click to snap cursor to vertex. Blender has been a nightmare. It's really frustrating. Right under the select tool is the cursor tool. Yeah, but that just puts it like kind of where you click in 3D space, right? Can you tie it to a vertex using that? Obviously this is hard to do just in thought experiment while talking through the YouTube chat. Definitely something I'll explore in person too. Yeah, the Blender's been fun. It is a really pain in the ass program sometimes, because it does so many things. Trying to figure out how to do any one thing is huge. But every time you like make a little progress and learn how to do a thing, it upgrades your workflow just immediately. I did a couple kit bashes of other people's mechs using Blender, and now I've just about got the confidence to sculpt my own mech, which is going to be the Puma adder, to those of you who use clan names for your mechs. I was looking for one that had all the variants, and I couldn't find one that had the variants but was also posed in a fun way. All the good ones are. Apparently GIMP is finally getting updated. It's a red, white ring in the crosshair. Yeah, I know that one. If you use the vertex select view, yes. Okay, very good to know. So you're using a combination of the cursor tool and using the edit window with vertex selection enabled. It's crazy to like, if I was just now diving into Blender, I'd have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And now like I can visualize this. Excellent. Thank you for the exploration, Mr. Nate. So the gizmo is just tied to your 3D cursor, and your 3D cursor in the moment was tied to your origin, or to the scene origin, the 000 position. As far as GIMP getting updated, I have heard people use GIMP. I don't. Good things about it. I do all my work in Paint.net, which I guess is fine for what I'm doing. I think GIMP is a little better about like doing other file formats beyond just like PNGs and JPEGs. Yeah, fun stuff. I do love this like knowledge that has been gained. Speaking of Blender, to loop it back around, and especially if you're finding this via the algorithm, let me know if you'd be interested in signing up for a course on, like a day course on Country Fried Mini's Discord, and hanging out with someone teaching the basics, and then kicking a small amount, like, I don't know, 15-20 bucks, to hang out for a few hours and learn Blender. Let me know if you're interested, please. Whether you're live or catching this by the algorithm, I think it's something we're going to try to organize in the new year. I think we've got a party who is interested, who does really clean work and does like really meticulous little bits of detail. And I think, unfortunately, if you're going to be messing with 3D printed models, a little bit of Blender knowledge is going to be super necessary, to ensure that your meshes are fine and don't print with problems. I have started to encounter bad geometry out there. So yeah, there'll be more about it. We'll talk about it. I'll probably do a Blender stream sometime in the next couple weeks, and we'll talk more about it. I need to talk with the individual who'd be running the course a little more to work out some details, and I'd like to, price it to where y'all can get a really inexpensive class on it, but also enough to compensate our artist. Yeah, it's super useful, especially if you're going to get into the photogrammetry stuff as we go into 2025. Part of the process of getting your Mechs scanned in for the tabletop sim streams does involve a little bit of Blender knowledge. I mean, it's simple. Like, you can follow the instructions, and like, that's fine. But a little bit of a deeper understanding helps tremendously. Plus, I just want to put out there that once you understand like how to do some digital kit bashing, you can do really fun stuff. So like this Jenner right here, this Jenner has been assembled. The original model of this is just running. The legs are swapped out, so I chopped this leg off of a different pose and reattached it. I actually did a bad seam right here and got it a little bit off, so you can just barely see it. But this leg has been replaced in Blender. These jump jet exhausts have been added, resized, and applied, and then joined to the mesh. The ears have been added on. All these extra lasers to make this a rattlesnake instead of a Jenner have been added by cutting them out and basically rebuilding the geometry that's underneath here and then applying them. It took like, I don't know, an hour and a half worth of rebuilding geometry and slapping stuff on. And then the center torso medium laser is this is a flea arm from a conversion kit that I have that's been basically just jammed in there, and all the geometry has been joined and printed. So yeah, if any of y'all want this file, I think I posted it on the Country Fried Minis Discord somewhere. I can repost it. So make sure you sign up on the Discord. I can send it to you. Oh yeah, it also has little toesies, little cat toesies on the bottom. Those are just these were just spheres. I added spheres and elongated them, shrunk them down, and stuck them in the mesh. So long story short here, basically what I'm getting at is like maybe a week's worth of dedicated work in Blender trying to learn things has led to the ability to do quick and dirty weapon swaps. So if you're a tabletop player that does a bunch of 3D printing, it's well worth learning a little bit of Blender stuff. Tag you for a meme in general? Hold on. Let me assess it. I don't actually hear the Discord notifications on this computer. I'm scared, Mr. Slink. I'm scared. Let me assess if it's stream appropriate. No, it is maybe not appropriate. If you I've also noticed that palette, fuck damn, that thing is well loved. Oh yeah, this palette has been gathering paint for about 20 years. This is actually my secondary palette, so this is like when I'm in a process and the one palette is just really caked up, I would put stuff on it. Now it lives as my secondary. This is a piece of Corel livingware, stoneware from my grandparents' house. Kit bashing STLs can be fun, but can also be annoying or frustrating. Good result is well worth it 99% of the time, though. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and like learning that some of your kit bashing stuff can make bad meshes really sucks. And like once you understand how to fix meshes, you start encountering bad meshes out there in the world. There's a lot of sculpts up on Cults or My Mini Factory that look fine in the render and then do not print worth a damn because they're broken. Little things like, let's say you mirror a part because you built a custom arm and you need that arm on both sides, or you built a custom SRM 6 for the shoulder and you mirror the thing, and then you forget to recalculate your normals. So as far as your slicer's concerned, that mirrored object is now just internal geometry and it just won't print it at all. It happens all the time. So like having the knowledge of these things definitely increases the burden of like ensuring your prints are fine. Like you become acutely aware of these issues is what I'm getting at. Okay, I think we have fully panel lined our crab here. It looks fine. It's a little more robust. A little more like, I can see now at kind of this distance that all these lines like stand out. That looks really good. Now, however, we have taken so long that this stuff is kind of goopy. So let's pick us a new spot. I think this area from before is dry, so we're going to put another puddle out. Makes me very much appreciate Locust Labs Lord. Yes, I agree. There's a reason I consistently shill for Locust Labs. Definitely my favorite sculptor. I still haven't got the Wolverine by Mini Hulk Mechs to print. I forgot that you were having problems with that, Slink. I need to put that on my next build plate. In fact, I think the next commission has a Wolverine in it. I can't remember if it was a Wolverine or not. I think it was. So whether or not it is, I'll slap one on. And that's the thing, like, I haven't had troubles with the Mini Hulk Mechs things that I've done so far. These both printed beautifully. I need to send these out soon. I'm actually a little shocked that Mini Hulk Mechs has been able to... Come on, phone. I accidentally clicked the ad. I accidentally clicked the ad. And it opened up a new window. It's trying to print the 6M. Okay. I will take a peek. I'm currently in the process of doing another run of cones of calibration. So I can slap it on the build plate next. Alright, we're going to dig in now with the champion and just give it the same treatment. Picking spots that obviously need lining. And we're going to try to blast through this as quick as possible because we're already an hour in and effectively haven't really done any work yet, any real work. I really don't want to work on these a million years, you know, but they need to get done. And these mechs will be slated as well for incorporation into the photogrammetry project. Which, if you're interested in playing some BattleTech with your own hand-painted models on stream, make sure to join up at the Country Fried Minis Discord and take a peek at our photogrammetry channel, where we're working on a document, like a proper guide for how to do it. We have the inaugural game you can check out versus myself, with myself versus Tobias. It's a lot of fun. Let me know if you're interested in getting in on it as well. Gonna have lots more of that in the new year. I just realized I shouldn't shade the purple with the blue. All right, so continuamos. Just gonna take our contrast color and we're gonna trace. I'm gonna trace details. Looks like there's actually some panel lines right here that are too shallow to receive paint. I don't actually know what to do about. This is the problem with these MWO sculpts. There are very shallow little details that do not read with paint. Alright, so we have these details underneath. We'll just do that same approach of globbing some color on. Create some artificial shading. Some forced shading, I should say. It's not actually artificial. Just want to deepen the shadows. Deepen them down. All this gets straight up achromatic blue. Bam. All of that. These are going to be like kind of glowy, so we're not too worried about those. But all of this, that can get some hard shadows to it. New Blender channel established. Thank you, another Nate. Should we maybe do a sub category on the Discord that's like 3D modeling? Like we can do the 3D printing in the Blender and the photogrammetry in that section maybe? I'll take a peek at it after the stream. May need to do a little organization. I know we have a lot of channels on the CFM Discord, but it does help to keep things kind of, you know, organized. If you just discuss everything in general, it gets buried. It's the only time I really had any problem with their work, which is like confusing and frustrating. I think 3D modeling would be cool if I had a printer to take advantage of. That's unfortunate, Grim. Though I can say, my experience on the Black Friday sale, I picked up the Anycubic Mono X 6KS. It's a 6K printer with a 9-inch screen. I got it for $200. and it's normally a $600 printer. So, not that I'm advocating rushing out and buying a printer right now, though if you have the money, now would be a good time. It does show that there are sales every now and then, so I'd expect, like, if you're in the market for a 3D printer and want to add one into your hobby repertoire, maybe consider doing one around Black Friday.
Comstar Knight 36 donated
Holy
a $4.99 super chat. My UAC 10 goes jam. Ooh new, my UAC 10 is jammed.
New? How many O's becomes a double O? That's okay. So, first off, thank you, man. That's insanely generous. I well appreciate it. Everything tipped goes directly into making all this possible. I think you have really discovered the rules of the TTS lady. She will rob you on O's. So O's is the big one. She will condense a string of them. Fantastic printer. Yeah, I've been pleased with it so far. Let me grab this real quick. So I just printed out some Gaz Mini stuff. Come on, chair. Fuck's sake. I barely bumped into the chair and it took off. I just printed off my test run of can't remember the name. It's like Sci-Fi Loose from Gaz Minis. Really fun print. She's still a little sticky. I need to give a second wash. But I printed this on the new printer at a 20 micron quality. So yeah, you can do big stuff like this. I think the printer will hold a full 15 millimeter scale mech. But this is one of the prints that's going to be going up on the web store. I also have the commercial license for Gaz Minis. So if you want to show support for the channel and don't have your own 3D printer, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for a post about the web store. I'm going to get it up and running soon. We'll probably be selling on eBay instead of Etsy, because evidently Etsy is really known for shutting down BattleTech proxies, which is a shame, because I don't think that's a policy from Etsy. I think some of the bigger sellers on Etsy who sell BattleTech proxies are aggressively going through and reporting people. Not to point any fingers, but I think I know where it's coming from. On the flip side, if you make the models and sell them, it's viable even without a printer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Are they the only ones you suggest, or any others? H's she goes bananas for, yeah. 130 to 100 USD for a Mars printer, but looks like the 3S are out of stock. Mars 5 is 180. A lot of printer price variables are going to be based on build volume and station combos like wash and cure. Yeah. I bet it's that Bombito printer in Florida. I am not going to say out loud who I think is doing it, because it would be a controversial opinion, and they sell it. Let's just say they have a fucking whole hell of a lot of copyright infringement, and they are not getting shut down. You get a Mars older wash cure system for around $250. Yeah, And again, I'm maintaining the whole watch out for deals, because the printer I just picked up is a $600 printer, and I paid $200 for it. I actually paid $170, like $179 for it, but I financed it through a firm, so I'm ended up paying like a total of $220 over the course of a year for a $600 printer. Man's trying to corner the market in a gross way, it sounds. Yeah, and I think that's like from a dehumanized and purely business practice viewpoint, it's really smart to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on eBay and start selling over there, and then also sell on the Country Fried Minis web store. Or on the website. I need to set up a web store over there. It's just that's not going to get a lot of traffic. But yeah, if any of y'all want, prints, need prints, paid for, hit me up. I'll have the web store up soon, but I'm also available to like just shoot me a message. I can print your stuff, and we can talk shipping. I'll give you a discount if you reach out to me directly. And this is all specifically because the latest printer is bought for commercial printing. Anything would be arriving with ABS-like resin and 20 microns quality, so 0.02 layer height. And of course, if you're not just looking for 3D prints, but you're looking for painted mechs, your own commissions, make sure to check out fiverr.com/ThurstonStudios, where I do commission work in, any scale you can imagine. I even go up to, what's the scale? 28 millimeter. I'll paint you your own big hunchback. It's there. So check it out if you want to show support for the channel and keep this place going. Keep the lights on. Sell dad hats. Country Fried Mini dad hat would be rad. That's not a bad idea. Currently, all the apparel merch is through Threadless because I don't have to keep it in stock. Unfortunately, their sizing is a little weird. Their t-shirts tend to be a little short. Like this one right here. This is in the web store. Here, can y'all even see the thing? Let me get my apron off. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I just made the knot really bad. For fuck's sake. I can't get this fucking thing untied. I can only see the Popcat? Nuh-uh. There are a few hoodies. I can't remember if I pullovers or zip up or both on there. There's all kinds of stuff. Things get added all the time. Okay, I have made a fucking horrible knot. Damn it. Could it really be that fucking bad? This is the current logo t-shirt. I don't know if y'all can see that, but we got the Octavia. It's the bullshit corner in posterized fashion. It was really fun, actually. It was I was currently in a digital media arts class over at SFSU, and our assignment was to make a logo. So I just used the opportunity to not only make the logo, but procure a t-shirt. So when we turned in the assignment, I came in, I presented my thing, I talked about it, and then I showed people the t-shirt. They are overpriced. If you want a discount, let me know. Let me know in the Discord if you want to order any apparel, and I can give you the friends and family discount code, which will let you order it at cost. I don't really care about making money on them all that much, and they are a little overpriced. The trade-off, of course, is that Threadless I don't have to keep stock. I just send the design and they print them on demand. Can't remember what the link is. It might just be countryfriedminis.threadless.com, but you can definitely find it if you go to countryfriedminis.com and click on the... Oh, there's a link at the top. It's like merch or apparel or something. I can't remember what it says, but it's right up at the top. In theory, the website is supposed to be a place where you can stay appraised of stream schedule, but I haven't really been updating the calendar like I should. That's on the things to do list. Okay, let's switch back to this. Okay, this guy's coming along. There's not as many panel lines to worry about here. It's a little more avalo.
And a double helping of gravy.
Double helping of gravy. Man, these little panel lines look great, but they are all too thin to be picked up. I'm wondering if an enamel wash would even be able to get into them, because I don't think so. I really should give the champion some love. Try to deepen some of these lines. My champion bit off a little more than it could chew in last game. We were playing in the Cretan tunnels from the Solaris 7 map set, and I ended up splitting up my forces. I sent the Rattlesnake and the King Crab together down one side of the map, and my opponent sent an Axeman, a Hatchetman, and a Goliath on the north end of the map. And I ended up facing those three mechs with just my champion and my SuburbanMech. And the champion ate an AC-20 from the Axeman really early on, and basically had no armor in CT for 5 turns, and it eventually went down by a second AC-20 hit, actually, which cored the mech and killed it. So it really didn't get to do much. I do kind of... I love the champion. It's a piece of garbage, objectively, but it is fun. LBX-20, SRM-6 with Artemis, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers. Really fun design. Underrepresented on the tabletop because it is garbage. But, man, what a cool, funny-looking mech. Well, that is if you think goofy lads are cool, and I do. Give me that goof. Isn't that a Gundam thing? Goof? Alright, we're just about done with the champion, and we can move on to the SuburbanMech and the Jenner, and I think these are going to be much simpler processes. Way less panels to worry about. Way less panels to worry about. Let's create an artificial shadow right here by putting a pretty heavy coating of this stuff underneath that. And we'll do the same over here. Create an artificial shadow right here. Not enough. One more. There we go. Okay, that's looking decent. I am a little concerned about the split panels on the legs here. So let's try to... Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so I'm wondering what the recourse here... I want to get those lines deepened. So I think what we have to do... We're going to try a trick that I've learned over the years. Okay, so we're going to take our Aethermatic Blue and we're going to thin it even more. That is dirty water. So we're going to do like, I don't know, 4 drops. We're going to get it real thin. Get it real thin. We're going to turn it into a wash. Get that wash into a wash consistency. All right, and now what we do is we're going to take a Elegoo 5 Mart bundle is $330 USD, includes printer, wash cure stations, resin. That's pretty sick. That's a pretty sick deal. What the fuck is in this? Is it just water? Okay, no smell. All right, we're going to take a little cup, a little reservoir of water. And what we'll do is we're going to use this water like paint. And we're going to hit the surface that we want. We're going to hit that surface that we want to receive our ink. And we're going to thin it way down. I mean, we're going to remove most of our surface. Basically, we want this moist, but not wet. Okay? And now we're going to take a very fine brush. Let's use this 20-0 liner. And we're going to take our ink wash, and hopefully this works. I think these lines might be a little too thin or too shallow for this. And we're gonna carefully trace them. And what that should do, and it looks like it is working, it should boost the motility of our now really thin paint and cause it to deposit those pigments in the finer lines and less on the surface. I don't know if y'all can see that like at all, but it's a cheap trick to make your acrylic inks perform more like an enamel. Holy shit, that's a lot. That's a big win there. That's a big fucking win there. Boom, indeed. I see that. Jesus. God, that's insane. How many zeros is that?
The cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one.
I mean, you've broken the economy, my guy. I think if I find a way to strip all the biscuit coins out of the economy, you will be the single-handed reason why. If I hit 1 trillion, you should reset all coins law. Yeah, I think we should. I mean, I'm already at the point that we should reset it. I tried to do a cooldown on... the gambling, but Streamlabs does not actually allow for a cooldown. So I was unable to do that. I tried to slow you down, Slink, and I'm not gonna lie. I tried my damnedest to curb your runaway takeover of the biscuit coin economy. And I really wish y'all could see this in better detail.
Oh, jeez.
I wonder if I do it here. So this surface right here has some very, very thin panel lines. Let's try to do that here. So we'll take some water I don't know if this one's going to work, though. Take a little bit of water. Just get it moist. We don't want it wet. We're not puddling the surface. But we are getting it moist. All right, and while it's moist, we're going to gently tease our liquid into those crevices. I think I may have overwet that one. I've overwet this one. Just need it moist, not wet, just moist. I still think these details are too soft. Just run that over top. Yeah, those are way too soft. And that, I mean, I tried my damnedest to get that in there to pick them up, but it's not going to work. These guys kind of remind me of Arizona iced tea. Yeah, that's fair. The colors that y'all are seeing are not exactly accurate either. Okay, so we also have a bunch of soft details on the side here. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to take that little bit of water. We're just going to rub it all over here. We want that nice and moist. Moisture. Isn't that a Zoolander reference? Moisture is the essence of wetness. When he's the merman. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our really thin ink. We're going to rub it right along where we want those panel lines to actually get some definition. And I mean, I think it's kind of working, but these details are just so soft. They're too small at this scale. I think that, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to bring those to life, which really sucks.
So thick.
Holy moly.
Grim donated a $10 super chat.
Holy
Finger
moly.
but hole. How you feeling about Trench Crusade, by the way? Looks pretty cool with nice models.
Finger but hole. How you feeling about Trench Crusade, by the way? Looks pretty cool with nice models. I have kind of avoided it. I haven't seen about it. All the posts that I have happened to catch about it, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's official, but I've seen like real world religious imagery in the models, and I don't know if those are official or just things that people are posting, but I tend to try to avoid models and IPs that have real world baggage behind them. The theme seems like it's going to be a really successful one, because I think people are really clamoring for it. So unfortunately, my answer is I haven't really looked into it. I wish I had a better answer for you there. I know it's a thing that's happening, though. That's about how much I know. And honestly, it does seem like the type of thing that I should probably get behind on some level to take advantage of some algorithmic traction here on YouTube for it. But if it is truly real world iconography in the models, I'm pretty disinterested. I think that the mini hobby is a great way to escape the baggage of our real world. It's a great way to do escapism. That's part of why I like Battletech so much. Like, if you get into the lore, it's a rich universe with its own like political strife and intergroup dynamics that I think are a lot of fun. And it's a great way to escape the divisive realities of our modern world. Got a trade proposition for you in general channel at Slink. Y'all wheeling and dealing? I hope you're not trading Canopy and Catgirl feet pics. That's completely fair. What about core? I'll show you what about core. I'll show you what about core. I'll show you exactly what about core. Damn it. You ever fail to put your headset on? All right, this is what about core. This is what about core right here. Let's just take a peek. So unfortunately, I think the ship has sailed on the broad appeal of core for YouTube. Unfortunately, I missed the window, but we're still gonna do these. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna do it with as a collab with Peganeko or not, but we did discuss it briefly. I do have the Clash of Rifles here. So at some point we're going to assemble and make some content about these. I am impressed with the quality. They're fairly detailed, but they're also really simple. Assembly looks really, really straightforward. And we can probably get like, I don't know, 4 or 5 streams out of it before making a piece of content. So core is coming. And I'll probably do a test game as well to see if it's worth playing. Been playing Dragon Quest III HD 2D, really enjoy it. Ah, yes. The value of an enjoyable game to escape the horrific realities of our actual world it's really important, I think. Especially as, you know, we've got some really fucked up geopolitics in our existence. And like, you know, as a hobbyist, I guess as a person in general, you're going to get older and you're going to care about things. But no matter how old you get, the hobby is still there. I've been steady doing this since 2001. So like, it's tried and true and is there. And like, back in 01, it was my Tau helping me to escape the realities of my world. In 2003, it was my Plague Marines and my Salamanders. And now in 2024, it's my Battletech. So, yeah, I think that keeping game spaces sacred and free from real world strife is really important, no matter how you feel about things. 2003, I was in Japan. I was a senior in high school. No, junior. I graduated 04. So I guess it was, yeah, in 03 I was just, it was the end of my junior year, start of senior year. You should do Warhammer Salamanders? Oh yeah. I don't have any left. I've still got some Space Marines. I have really wanted to avoid doing 40k on the channel. I don't want to become yet another 40k channel. But, you know, Country Fried Mini started as just miniatures in general. It wasn't always a Battletech channel. Y'all can thank Big Urban Mech for that. and then subsequently Big Hunchback. So now it's basically a BattleTech channel. But I do want to pepper in some other stuff. One of the upcoming paint-ups is Horticulus Slimucks. I've got the 2nd edition Marines. Here, let me grab the ones from our last stream. The 2nd edition box set. So we're doing like a flame theme orc, and we're doing Crimson Fists. So those are going to be a lot of fun. I say they're going to be a lot of fun, but there's a fuck ton of models in that box. So it's going to be a lot of work. And then I want to do a set of Death Eagles. So we've got these old school boys. There's a lot planned. If you're interested in seeing the tentative production schedule for Country Fried Minis, make sure to check out on the Discord. We have a, I think it's called Video Production channel. Could I get your opinion on some Rogue Trader Salamander? I did. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Now, as far as showing it on the screen during a paint stream, it's a little more difficult. If you want just like open discussion in the Discord, you're welcome to toss them in there. I could bring them up on the little phone screen. But yeah, always feel free to post and share, and sometimes we'll even be able to talk about it here on stream. I realize I haven't done that in a while because, well, I haven't done much editing streams. It's because the workflow computer's over on that side of the room. Okay, I don't think that we're bringing out the details here in any meaningful fashion. Unfortunately, these details are just too soft. We could maybe try a second layer here, so we'll moisten it down and try to wick these things through. I just don't think it's gonna, I don't think they're gonna stand out. No. We'll call that good enough. And we will move on to the next mech. Let's see. Did you send them over, Grim? Let me see. Oh boy, that's a lot of notifications. What are we looking at? Oh my god, where? I'm so lost. The blender, okay, I see. Yes. There's so much to get caught up on. I'll show them on hobby progress and you just want some tips and don't need to show them. Oh yeah, I mean, definitely feel free to share. I think we have a wide variety of opinions and techniques in the community. And I mean, that's what this is all about for me anyways. On a business level, obviously I'm here to generate as much tips and income and push money into my account to keep doing it. But it's all about the community. It's all about hanging out and sharing art and trying to craft something together with y'all fine folks. All right. New puddle. We're gonna go at our Jenner. Same deal. This one I think will be a lot simpler. We'll just do some really quick and dirty edge boosting. This line that's vertical is an accident, so we're gonna kind of avoid that one. but the Jenner has some really, really clearly defined lines. We just want to boost. Do a false shadow right here. Same deal here. Rapidamente. I think our initial mixture of the jade green was a little weak, and that probably led to some of our issues in the contrast effect. We're going to boost this here. Actually, we're just going to boost this whole back plate because this is going to get a little bit of OSL here in a bit. Let's see here. Hobby corner. Oh, some classic salamanders, like the original old school scheme. Okay, immediate takeaways. Immediate takeaways that I'm seeing. Some of your separation points. Some of your separation points are a little sharp, I think, for the salamanders. Their scheme is more like S's and C's. You know, you get the C curves, you get the S curves. I think this here speaks to more like a cracked pattern. The application is nice and solid, though. I don't see any holes in your application. This is really brave, and I like what you've done here, even though you've got those MK3 sections. First off, I do want to say your yellow is really nice. You've gone for a really rich, bringing it up from the brown into the mid-tone yellow, and then finding room for these nice edge highlights. It's great. This gradient right here, fantastic. You get that rich brown into the mid-yellow and then a nice clean highlight. That's looking great. Your metallics are cleanly applied. I think all in all, this is a perfectly fine and serviceable marine. I think as far as the scheme goes, however, you've maybe missed a little bit of the feel. Like, you see this conjunction right here where these two lines meet and there's like a curve to it. So I think whenever you have your junctions here like this, you want to have them more swooping instead of angular. I think this, to me, just like as an overall guideline, that this looks like a totally different intent than what you've managed to achieve here. The curvy lines are where it's at. And from a purely art standpoint here, I think you've got something interesting happening here called a line contingency, where it like this line that cuts across this panel, I think because the angle is like so close to the other angle, this would work a little bit better if it was shifted up like this. And then right here, this thing cutting across these things with these little holes being so stubby, this kind of looks like part of the same line and muddies up the detail that you're going for. I would have done something more like cutting this, sweeping up across the arm like that. Just a single line instead of this. So just look out for those two things. And I think you've nailed the salamander look. Your highlighting looks great. Your metallics look fantastic. Just maybe be aware of line contingencies and be aware of the sharp edges like that right there. This looks like a shattered piece rather than like a flowy swoopy thing. I think it's really cool that you've gone for this though. Pretty fantastic. Softer, more curved lines, yeah. More flowing. Keep the motion going. Consummate V's. Yeah, softer, more curved lines. I think so. Took forever, but finally sent. Yeah, I get that a lot too in Discord. I think they're fantastic. Your yellow is what stands out the most to me there. Like that's a competent paint job. I think any nitpicking that I have for you is purely coming from like general art guidelines there. And I think it's funny that if you become aware of line contingencies, you'll start to see them everywhere. It's like, okay, let's say I'm drawing like I don't know, what's on this? There's something on here. Let's say I've got my like flower core happening, right? Very scratchy lines, I apologize. And I'm putting my petals in around the core. If I come in with this petal now, like if I come in with this petal and I put it too close to that line here, you get this effect that is like, this now has a line contingency in it. So this looks like one solid line instead of having the detail. So to avoid that contingency, I'd want to put this line more like up there and create like a little relief between the two positions for your eye. And I think that's what you got with that panel line next to the freehand line. I appreciate the input a ton. Yes, and I encourage all of y'all out there to be more harsh in your art critiques. It's really, really important. I noticed that a lot going through art school with we do these critiques and people would be like, I like that. Thanks, but how does that help me? I don't like that. How does that... Thanks, but how does that help me? This is bad. This is good. It's basically useless if you want to grow as an artist. So like, there's also the whole like structuring the way you critique. It's that typical like that HR like quarterly review technique. You want to do the compliment sandwich. Painting all the steel vipers help with the striping on the scheme. Hell yeah. I love it. It's great. I love that you're doing bold stuff. Yeah, just I encourage you all, more harsh critiques. Harsh. You're not going in there to destroy somebody. I think it's especially important if it's a bad piece. If it's bad, you should structure it in a way that informs the individual gently that it's bad and why it's bad and how they can improve. But then you also want to sandwich it and pick out the details that are good or where it's working. Also, while we're on this topic, I want to point out that the most challenging thing in mini painting critiquing, newbies who are starting, who have bad work, are going to have bad work. And you need to find a way to help them in their journey and let them know it's bad, why it's bad, and how they can improve without discouraging them from painting. And it's really hard to do with some folks. So, just saying, be more harsh in your critiques as a general rule. Even me. I'm telling y'all, I do ham-fisted stuff in favor of getting content out. I love a good critical comment. A usefully critical comment, I should say. I got a lot on Big Hunchback of like, hey, your layer lines are really, really big there. Armored Core got that too. They're like, those layer lines are big, and now I've become aware of this, and I'm going to do some content with 0.02 millimeter layer lines. Some nice cleaner work for those close-up shots. I mean, it sucks to hear it in the moment, but like, you know, it helps you grow in the long run. Anyhow, back to the work at hand. Oh, I guess one last point on critiques and like looking for comments and criticisms. The only person's opinion that matters at all is your own. That's it. Biggest advice. Fuck them all. If you like it, you like it. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I see a lot of work in fine art museums that is objectively garbage. I cannot believe how long this is taking. Though this is the most tedious part. Just get this. We'll do one more little line on the back of the kitty cat head. And I think that's good enough. Well, maybe this thing should have a artificial shadow around it. You can blend the edge a little bit. A little on top right here. And our Jenner's done. We'll move on to the SuburbanMech. The penis you drew in the pelvet was too stylized and looked too much like a rocket. I gotta defend myself here. I gotta defend myself and get this video demonetized now. That's what I gotta do. Alright. Let's get a nice neutral surface to work on here. I think this will work right here. Alright, we're going to start with a little bit of Parasite Brown. Let's start with a little bit of Parasite Brown. Let's get some out. We're going to start with a... How about... What size are you? 20-0, too small. I want small, but not too small. How about this 1 by Vallejo? Alright. We're gonna... Actually, we need to go ahead and prep and just have everything ready. Let's get a little bit of cadmium skin out. And a little bit of pale flesh. And then we're also going to put a little bit of white out as well. Whoa, that's crazy. Alright, let's redeem ourselves. Less stylized penis. Less stylized. Alright, let's get our initial sketch down. Our initial sketch. There we go. Less stylized, you say. And then we want it kind of, I want a bit of a curve to it, so we're remembering our rules of C curves. I think that's good right there, yeah? We'll get that foundation down. We're going to let that dry a bit. I do want a little bit of red to work in there somewhere. Let's try with something. Let's use a little bit of primary magenta. Come on. There we go. How long you been painting now? Anywho, country, like in years. Painting miniatures since 2001. Well, since a little bit before that, my dad taught me how to dry brush sitting at the dinner table. So 23 years, going on 24 for mini painting. As far as art goes, like just general art, my entire fucking life. Okay. All right. So let's take a little bit of flesh. I think we actually need a dark tone in here too. So we're gonna get a nice blue for the shadows. So let's take a little bit of Imperial blue. We're gonna put that down as well. What's showing up is just a gloss of wet paint. If I tilt it up, is that any better? I think we can maybe tilt it up some. Let's prop it on this. Like that, I think maybe. There we go. All right, I want a little blue in the shadows. We're gonna take our Parasite Brown and some blue. We're gonna build up our shadows here. Build up our shadows, and we want it really strong at first. Really strong. Let's get that shadow down. Get that shadow on. Then we're gonna take our Parasite Brown while it's still wet, and we're gonna start mixing it in. This mini painting, like painting a miniature, as in the original term of painting a miniature. All right, more Parasite Brown, more here as well. This one's a little further away from the light source, so we can keep it nice and dark. This one here is not as far from the light source. All right, I'm gonna start working in some cadmium flesh. Working a little bit of cadmium skin. I don't know if it's cadmium flesh or cadmium skin. It's one of those. Work that in there. A little bit more. A little bit more here and there. And then our shadows shouldn't be like harsh lines, so let's fix those up. All right, now we want to give that a second to dry, so I want to work in a base tone of our primary magenta on the top. Okay, and a little bit of shadow back in the corner, so we get this like purpley effect going on. We're gonna mix in our flesh color. Here we go. Painting a nice number 1 here, you know. All right, we're gonna come back in with our cadmium skin, and we want to kind of separate out the tubes that make up the detail. Just a bit. Work in a little bit more here. This is the important stuff, right? This is how we actually get things done. Very important. All right. More skin color here. Let's do a little bit of 50-50 cadmium skin and Parasite Brown. And I want to bring this out a little bit on that side. Let's work in and deepen those crevices. Like so. Still working our 50-50 mix. It's looking all right, starting to come together. Take our primary magenta and blue mix and make a like purpley tone and mix in a little bit of cadmium skin. So we have mostly cadmium skin with like a bit of a purpliness to it, and we're gonna start working that in here. All right, so go back in, a little bit of cadmium skin. Here we go. I think this is an excellent use of our time. Now we'll take our pale flesh and we're gonna start putting in some highlights. A little bit here, just a tiny bit up there, and then mostly some right here. And then same deal, we went like a pinky pink highlighted this to it. There we go. Coming in there. Bam! I think that maybe could function to redeem us from the rocket ship from before. Yeah, what do y'all think? It's a weird looking wizard hat. Yeah, it's a hat. There's a hat there. Anyhow. I think it works. I mean, obviously you can boost the blending, make it look a little nicer. You could even go back in and just like add, let's make it like glistening, right? Just a little bit of specularity on it. And then you can even like get yourself monetized with some like gestural marks. Very interpretive, you know? Tasty mushroom. Some would think it's tasty. More dong painting content when? I should probably pick a pinup mini with an exposed wiener. That'd be fun. Let me fill my coffee cup and we're going to get back to actually painting these models. Let's do this. It just hit me. It just occurred to me, if you want more dong painting content, when you will find it, that's going to be Tabletop Tuesdays. Like, without a doubt. Plenty of penises over there. Plus, for a $2 super chat, you could force the entire crew to submit their best drawn penis for judgment. Because on Tabletop Tuesday, your super chats count as statements from the Dungeon Master. All the penises. Yeah. Oh, also, penises on the map are canon currently. Until someone pays to make them non-canon again. I agree on more dong tutorials. What would be a good mech to paint dong on? I do have the Mackie, which has a double dong. Mackie has double dong medium laser. One's longer than the other too for some fucking reason. This is actually a quick conversion of the original Mackie. This is the barrel off of a infinity tag that has been added and sculpted in, because the Mackie, the original Mackie, is actually like under tonnage. It's a 100-ton mech, and it has room for more. So the first upgrade that's available in the tech era, it just adds an additional PPC. Just straight up. The council has spoken more dongs. Or cicada. Hey, we are very pro-penis around here. This is just not... Don't have your penis in hand while watching CFM streams. That's against established maxims. It's not technically against the rules, though. The rules are more simple than that. What are the rules? 3 rules. No bullying, no bigotry, no racism. That's it. Everybody gets along when those are the rules. Them's the rules. It's remarkable, actually, to address that. I've been on several mini painting situations where the discussion in the forum has devolved into like politics or religion or hate speech or bullshit. And anytime you steer that conversation back to the mini painting, everybody gets along again. So I think it's a good thing to remember and a good rule to live by. No matter how you slice it, people have opposing viewpoints on things. So better to argue why Liao is a bunch of war criminals. Alright, so taking all the warm-up that we have established so far, we can slather down our Ethermatic Blue with reckless abandon, knowing that it's not going to stain the surface too much. We can just take advantage of that property and get it in all the crevices. Oop, it's sticking me with another ad. It did. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, Mr. Another Nate, if I actually have a good cicada model. I can't remember if I downloaded that one from Numeric Workshop or not. Definitely the best cicada outside of the old classic models. Modern cicada is kind of meh. I think got a little bit of that unimpressiveness to it, but the cicada is objectively a bad mech. It's funny, like, I never regard them as dangerous, because they're not. It's so funny, the tonnage that they lose to the engine makes them basically just a light mech still. Which, of course, is why I made that cicada for our Solaris game. I will defend the cicada with my life. Oh. Speaking of goofy mechs, I should show these to y'all. I recently received a package when my friend came over to play a game. And it had some really, really fun things in it. And I want to show them off. So we got some Country Fried Mechs that I had no idea about that were delivered my way. So we got our Jaeger mech, I Walk the Line, little hat on top. We got Big Iron, Blitzkrieg, also a fun little hat on top. what's this say? Welcome to Agua Frio. Welcome to cold water. Very fun little chassis. We got a happy little Sirocco. Mandem? Maybe the goofiest quad mech that exists. I believe this is two ultra autocannons, 6 medium lasers, and a medium pulse laser. Absolutely absurd. And then we got a good look. No Dachi. Right? No Dachi with a sword. I'm not actually sure the armament on this one. I'm not used to the one with the double shoulders here. But these were gifted me recently, and I am gonna have to return the favor in kind. You know, it's funny. The Country Fried Mechs have been discussed in the Discord, and I only own the one model that I've painted in CFM Mechs. So the community has painted more CFM Mechs. Wait, are they all named after country songs? I think so, yeah. I think it has MRM, yes. Most variants are garbage. PPC variants in the new Clan era one are good. You know, it's funny. I want to explore some Clan stuff. I saw that meme that I posted on the Discord recently that kind of opened my eyes about playing eras that, or about gatekeeping eras and being judgy about it. Like, I do think a Dark Age industrial mech thing would be really fun. 1 SARD, 1 ERPV, 2 MRM-20s, SRM-2, SRM-4 medium laser. Interesting. Que interesante. Turns out a lot of speed plus variable speed pulse lasers. What do variable speed pulse lasers actually do? It's like damage. They have different rankings, and the damage changes based on the range. You know, I'm really judgy of the newer era stuff, but honestly, I don't play a lot of the new era stuff. I'm a hater. I think it's time to be less of a hater. I think it's a good goal for 2025, maybe. They vary their pulse speed. Ah, yes. Yes. Sometimes you gotta change it up. The one rhythm through the whole session is not always the best plan. Sometimes it works. But a good tempo change can lead to some really explosive results. Okay, I think honestly, I think this one took the original coat really well and didn't need too much panel lining to make it come to life. It looks pretty good to me. So, we're going to move on to trying to do, short range is -3 to hit and big damage, medium range -2 less damage, long range is -1 and tiny damage. Okay, yeah. Sacrifice damage for range, but hit hard at short ranges. Excellent. I dig that quite a bit. So what can we do here? We got 45 minutes on the normal stream time. I think I want to highlight up our turquoise. It's another country fried color, thanks to Mr. Technoir. So let's try to get this fucking. Let's get this going. We're gonna mix up a new batch of turquoise, and then we're gonna add a little bit of white to it to create a highlight tone. Just a little bit at first, and y'all will see the magic of turquoise that happened live in voice chat. Okay, back to pro video. We're going back to Turk Orange.
We're talking about the
We're talking about the thug. T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, cause a thug can't spell. He spits. Fucking Tracy Smothers. Alright, so we have turquoise and we have orange. In this case, it's bright orange. But we're gonna take basically
And a
equal
double
parts.
helping of gravy.
Basically equal parts. Turquoise and orange. A little bit extra orange there. And we're gonna mix them up. Take just a little bit of water. A little bit. We'll do 2 drops, I think. One and 2. All right. And here's where the magic happens. We take our orange and our blue, our turquoise, and mix it together. And all of a sudden, you have a really fantastic steely gray tone. I could not believe my eyes when I mixed up a batch of Turk Orange. How fucking great it actually is. Shocking. I fully expected a brown. It was not a brown. It was a gray. Alright, so we're going to take now our Liquitex white ink and we're going to plonk down a single drop right in the middle of all that mess. We'll take our same mixing brush and we're going to make our lighter tone. I don't think... Yeah, maybe it is a little bit lighter. We maybe need an extra drop in there. We'll do the extra at the next stage. What we do need, though, is another drop of water in there. Actually, 2. It's thick. I hope that's not too thin now. I don't think it's gonna be, but it feels really thick. So we're gonna give that a little bit of love. And we're gonna go and we're gonna start highlighting up all our gray. So I think we're gonna switch down to this nice 20-0 liner. Country Fried Minis, I truly appreciate the amazing palette possibilities for mixing pigments, but I'm also really, really appreciative of being lazy and just using non-mixed paint. Yes. So I stand firmly on mixing colors is the best way to get a color that you need. However, mixing colors is a really bad way to paint a mech force that needs matching colors. So anytime you have a whole bunch of models with a custom mixed color, you run the risk of running out of that color and needing to mix it again. And it can really do a doozy on your paint scheme to have things a little bit off. So yes, for a one-off paint job, mixing is the way. For a rank and file, tubes of pre-mixed colors is the way. Plus you run into weird interaction as well when mixing tones, because often paints will have surprising pigments in them that don't necessarily make sense on face value. Like skin tones have green in them, for instance. Just starts to interfere when you mix colors in. Anyhow, rant over. We're going to continue. So the filming of this project has been really weird because I've added so much steps to it, for one, and for two, the camera sensor is also being weird. 100% agree. Yeah, exactly. It's we'll explore mixed colors, I think, for an upcoming paint job. What do y'all think if I were to paint a big space lady, but only use primary colors? Like, I get a red, a yellow, a blue, a white, and a black, and that's it. Mostly, I don't want to keep records of ratios to keep the same pigment, which I want to do to maintain uniformity. Straight out bottle is far easier for prolonged gaps, etc. And even then, like, if you're mixing small amounts, your drop ratios could still be a little off if you put a little bit extra. Just like sometimes a pigment density is really strong and a half drop or even a quarter drop can really throw things off. Okay, so we're gonna blast through these boys. Blasting through all these boys with our second step turquoise. Second step turquoise. Brown gerine is like a tannish, kind of like a hot brown. And turquoise is like a steely blue or a bluish gray. This will be.
You do work out.
Oh, I've been waiting for one of those. Thank you. I've been waiting.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
You got it, brother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10.
I am the cream, yeah.
I am the
Of
cream.
the crop, and there is no one that does it better.
All right, here we go. That's only 40 tonight. Let's see. Is it possible to hit 60 more in the next 30 minutes? I think it is. Just rolled 100 and got 25 billion. Jeez, man. You've broken the economy. Just straight up broken the economy here. Insanity. Holy fuck. You gotta be kidding me. I don't think there is a way to clear the count. I think I have to manually go in and remove everybody's coins. How did Zimbabwe fix their inflation? Did they change to a different currency? Here, I'm gonna toss you some more points, Calixus. See if this works. I don't know if it'll work. Let's go with 10K. Do a I'm the best around meme thing for 100 billion. I think the problem we encountered was that, like, there's an upper limit on the cost. I don't think you can point cost the redeems over 10 billion. The original concern was to do it the original idea was to set it up so that we'd have a really, really big redeem that would count as a super chat during Tabletop Tuesday with the same power. But I think what we'll do, we could do an I'm the Captain Now, I think, is what we'll do. I will put an I'm the Captain Now redeem, and how it will work is it's effectively a super chat during a Tabletop Tuesday. And the big difference is that the Dungeon Master will have discretion. They can veto it if they want. I don't know. We'll think about it. I mean, for that matter, you could gamble like 10 billion at a time and lose like 100 in a row. That is entirely possible. Looks like I forgot the exclamation point when I did the add points. Calixus. I could definitely remove points. But like, if I'm just blanket removing points because you got too big, where's the fun in getting so big? Holy shit, why does you just, that's another 100. Gamble caps at $1 billion. It's something like that. Country, are you still sitting on a fold chair? Yes. So I switched to that, I switched to the camping chair, and it kind of swallowed me. Like, it's more comfortable to sit in, but like, it's hard to beat the power of a nice, just firm, flat chair. If I'm getting up and down and I'm leaning in and out, like, it works. Is that a champion? It is a champion. My 6K list was the 010 King Crab, the standard CHP 1N champion. I've got the JR7. I can't remember the number. It's a Rattlesnake. So this is the Jenner variant with an XL engine, Endo steel, ferrofibrous armor, and 7 medium lasers. And then I've got the SuburbanMech, which is a 464 movement urban with an ER-PPC, 2 medium lasers, and a small laser. It was a really fun lance. The whole theme was to subvert expectations. You should run a Blake mech. They're pretty crazy. I am intent to do a Word of Blake set at some point. It takes so long to get content out, and it takes so long to paint things up that, like, queuing too many things up just leads to, well, a pile. Did you play these boys already and you're just putting extras on the paint job to finish it to your standards? Yes, it's exactly what's going on here. They were basically to a tabletop standard. No highlights, single colors. I never did finish the caution stripes on the yellow bits, so now I'm boosting these to content standard. That's exactly what's going on here. I was going to paint on the black metal tonight, this lad, but two things about that. One, I really want to do fellers some justice. Two is that Locust Labs extended the deadline on this by 6 days. So I'm thinking what I'll do is on the last day before the competition, I'm going to do a holy fuck, I only have 1 day to paint a competition piece stream. Plus, I want to go bigger with this. I want to really flex the new printer and print that out in 15mm scale. About like that tall. Calixta says Wobbies have some very cool stuff, not gonna lie, like the Gurkha. Yeah, I really want to play with some Word of Blake stuff. I kinda like the Jihad era stuff. I think it's underplayed. I think people hate on it just as a blanket rule, and should give it a chance. And that stems from my own prejudice against clan tech for Invasion era. Working on it, trying to be more inclusive of the eras. I still stand by intro tech is best, just hands down. Everything's a little shittier and slower and hot, so it takes some real skill to pilot your mechs effectively. Mindlessly blasting away with everything and being heat neutral takes a lot less skill than piloting a classic Warhammer and deciding, do I fire everything this turn? Is it worth the risk? Am I in a position where I need to shoot everything and suffer for a few turns? But, you know, the way to address that and to improve is to just play the other eras. Just do it. Just try it out. Don't be a hater. Less hating. More Battletech. It's all worth playing. Plus, like, people want to play Ill Clan stuff. They want to update. They want to play with the modern toys. So let's do it. More of that. If any of y'all out there want to play a Word of Blake Jihad era game on stream, let me know. Issue the challenge, paint your mechs, get them uploaded in photogrammetry, and we'll play it live on stream with a dungeon master and have a really good time. We'll have a pretty comprehensive guide on photogrammetry coming out soon, sometime soon, like January-ish. If you have enough plasma rifles and SRMs, and you can make your opponent play intro tech against their will. Yeah, exactly. You're looking at your Crusader AL. YouTube algorithm does not like the Jihad word. Yeah, that's funny. Just love giving yourself extra painting stress. Oh yeah, 2025 is going to be... I know that some of y'all are more active in the Discord community and know, but 2025 is going to be a really big stressor on the channel. The funding situation is not looking super great, and I want to continue investing, you know, the amount of time that I've put into the channel. So 2025, we're going to lump on a lot more painting, a lot more videos, more stress, more time, and build this community up so that this time next year, we have a deeper pool of folks to communicate with, to participate with, and have fun, roll more dice, all that good stuff. I mean, obviously, like, not going to beat around the bush about it. It's about getting more meat in the seats to get more tips while I'm doing this. But I couldn't do any of this without y'all's support, and I'm humbly appreciative. So I want to grow this place to make it more welcoming and appealing to more folks, so we can play more games and have more fun. And for that, for as little as $1 a month, you could join up as Country Fried members. Country Fried Minis member, have a fun little badge next to your name, access to biscuit-based emojis, and priority consideration for being included in community streams such as live stream Battletech matches and Tabletop Tuesday. So consider showing some support if you have a little extra. Country Fried Minis, did you download the Celestial models? Yes. Yes, I did. I have them somewhere. Legionnaire is a fun mech. I like the Legionnaire as well. Yeah, I think every era has its appeal and should be seriously considered and explored. I played a lot of MechWarrior 5. I decided to stop hating on it and just play through the game. And let me tell you, that's a lot of indicators. That's a lot of commandos and cicadas and centurions. It is really refreshing to get out of those those gold standard mechs. I like the weird stuff. Give me something fun. I'm not saying they're not fun in their own right, but how many centurions can you paint before you're sick of seeing them? Let's see. I've probably painted more centurions than any other chassis. Well, maybe. Vindicators. Country fried members, that's the penis thing. Do not fry your member. Fry your minis, not your member. Also, though I can't prevent you from having your streaming hand below the table, watching Country Fried Minis streams with penis in hand is against established axiom. Maxim? Is it Maxim or Axiom here?
I do. Give me 10.
On the topic of MechWarrior 5 meme for you? Yes! Fuck yeah, dude.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
You got it, brother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you, Slink. I'm telling you, I'm firming up from all this. That's 50. All right. 20 till 9. I'm not even going to worry about the clock. This stream ends when I get 100 push-ups. We got 50 more to go. And until then, we're going to keep going, talking about nonsense and painting models. I think the 20-0 is the way. Let's do the thing. I kind of love this like flat look for the weapons. It's refreshing. I usually paint my all the guns on my Infinity models as a flat color, like a matte gray, I should say, not flat, because I do highlight them. Just not a look I'm used to seeing on Mechs, and I was kind of inspired by the paint job on Unit Color Compendium for Big Kev's Brigade. That they use a Marauder as the example, and it has nice gray sections on the joints and in between certain panels. Country, are you feeling 20 push-up? I don't know, actually. I don't know if I'm up to 20 in a set yet. Maybe. Renegade option penis and it's so funny. Nonsense model painting. We do have some nonsense models. I got this lad to paint at some point. It's a chef, like a kind of a ship themed chef. Isn't there a term for a cook on a ship? but he's a budget's frog. So that'll get painted up at some point. This is also a beautiful print off of my Frozen Sonic Mini. If you can believe it, this is at 0.05 millimeter layer height. It's gorgeous. And that's with Soraya Tech ABS like. Thank you, Country Fried Community, for turning me onto that. Galley cook. It's just a cook. Okay, yeah. Is that all of our gray on this lad? Oh, back here. Here we go. We're gonna do like a center of the cylinder type highlight here, because that's gonna get a little OSL later. All right, I'll tell y'all what. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do 1 hour time limit. And we'll do set of 20 press ups. Press ups. Boom. An error occurred. Please try again. You fucker. Let's do this again. Skip the ad. Is that ready yet? Is it going to let me do it? Slink, you may be a tiny bit early. Start goal. An error occurred. What the come on, YouTube. Your software kind of not working. I'm going to walk across the room and see if I can do this thing. Give me just a second. I think it's still a little early. Oh, there we go. We'll give you those 10.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right.
I'm going to see if this thing will let me do it over here. We do this. We do that. We do this. We'll do this for 1 hour. We'll do. Let's see if this works. Bam. Pow. Is that gonna work? It's live. All right. Oh shit, let me mute this mic. Mute. Immediate. Okay, goal immediately met. Holy fuck, thank you so much, Grim.
Grim donated a $10 super chat. I'll give you 10 for 10. Pump those arms, Painter Man.
10 for 10, pump those arms. I will clear the goal. I don't know why it didn't take, but that does meet the goal. We're gonna drop and give you 20 that don't count towards the hundo.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ah! Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
No. The answer is no. I am not at 20 yet. That was fucking rough. hold on. Let me catch my fucking breath. Holy shit, thank you so much for the donation, Grim. You didn't have to give me 10, but... Fuck. Oh, big heart. Okay, so... Alright, that's 60. And here's the bonus. I still haven't worked out doing like a cam. I could probably set one up if I get another one of these like really cheap webcams. I think I could maybe point one down there. I gotta stretch out kind of in my space because I only have I live in a studio, y'all. And at the moment, y'all are just having to trust me on this. I mean, I'm doing them, but I take it that it would probably be better for y'all to see a little suffering for your money. Okay. Where were we at? We're working on the gray. I just did the backs of these. We're going to do another little highlight right there. And then we'll move on to... we'll do the Urban Mech first because it's going to be really fast. I'm kind of dreading the king crab a little bit, to be honest. But it should be fine. So for here, what we're doing is we're just broadly covering the whole area of the weapon. I think this is just a smooth barrel. We're broadly covering the majority of the area, leaving just a tiny bit showing of the original turquoise orange. And then what we'll do is, I think we'll do one more layer of a brighter tone, maybe adding in 2 drops of white, and working on that. Did I film this? I think I did. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. But it'll give us like a nice 2-layer thing going on. That's usually how I do my infinity models, which I've been showcasing recently on the pre-stream screen, the pink and blue fellers. I'll generally paint those like a solid base tone and then do a really, really, really heavy ink wash. One that like really muddies up the surface and stains everything. And then I'll re-establish the base color and give them 2 layers of highlights, adding in a little bit of extra. So it's effectively, I guess it's effectively 5 layers. Because you got a base tone with the ink wash, and that creates shade 1 and shade 2. Then you reestablish the base tone with the original color, which is your mid-tone, and then 2 layers of highlights, so 5 layers. 4-inch Timby is approximately 1/120, I think. If I do the Vulture, do I print it in resin or FDM? Pros and cons to each. Can you get away with a 0.08 or smaller layer line on your FDM? Honestly, at 15 mil, I kind of would recommend breaking it down and doing it in resin. It's going to look a lot prettier, and the layer lines, if you're going to use any kind of speed paints, it will showcase the layer lines if they're like 0.05 or larger. So I think if you do FDM, you could run into like, you may want to like sand it and get it really smooth, or use a leveling primer that kind of builds up material in between the layer lines. I don't know. Pros and cons. If it was me, I'd go resin. FDM is thirsty with speed pants. Yeah. Look, Slabs Vulture. I haven't actually printed that model yet. And you know, I was looking at it and the shoulders and torso break down. So I bet you could actually boost those parts up and get them all printing right, even if you have a smaller print bed. Make sure to check the fuck, what am I trying to think here? The exercise reset my brain. There is a document in the Country Fried Minis 3D printing page that is pinned that has a handy conversion chart for sizing. Like, I know, for instance, that to go to 15 mil scale is 1/100, so that's 285% increase in size. I wonder if it's 15 mil. Let's see. I got my... Come on now. I got this thing. Handy-ish. This is a 15 mil scale Locust Labs Rifleman that I painted up. Let's see, how tall is that? Legs, arms, shoulders, and torso all separate. I can fit the entire thing at 225% scale on my Mars 3 build. But yeah, that's awesome. Let's see, how tall is this? Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Because that one is just sized by height, right? This one is 4.5. So I bet you're right on the money. Just making it 225-ish %. Sounds correct to me. I don't know where to put this fucking thing. Will you fit back here? Will you fit back here? Yes, yes you will. Planning on doing some more of those sometime soon. Need to really test out the new printer and blast through some 15 mil Mechs. Alright, that was a mistake. Putting that on these vents. Can I remove it before it cures? Yes is the answer. I'm just going to leave those flat turquoise orange with the ink wash. Where else does this little lad get some highlights? I don't think I'm going to highlight the torso at all. It's in the shadow. We'll leave it in the shadow. We'll put a little bit on the legs, kind of coming out to the side where the light would spill in, I think. Bam. And same over here. Right here. Kind of over to the side. Anywhere the light, I think, would hit it. Alright, I think that is pretty much all of the spots that need a highlight. Maybe these cables. I don't know what you'd call these bits. They look like cables to me. Maybe there's some kind of like fuel line going into the jump jets. What prices do you think you'd charge for painting up some Quar? How many come in the box? How many come in the box? I guess it says on here, doesn't it? It's like 24. 24 with bases, fully activated. I'll do the whole box for I'll do the whole box for $225. And that includes shipping. That includes the $20 flat rate shipping. It's like 21 something or 23 something. I can't remember what the price is, but that's priority mail rate anywhere in the contiguous US. That offer stands for anybody worldwide. $225 for a core box painted, but you got to send me the core box. I can include the price of a core box in the cost. If anybody wants to take me up on that, just hit me up either on Discord or over on Fiverr. I usually work through Fiverr because it's got a really nice service where the money goes into escrow and you prepay up front, and then it provides protections for buyer and seller. 225 bucks plus a biscuit? Yes. Locust Labs Timby is 4.2 inches or 102 millimeter for 225. Okay, yeah. Yeah, what's my usual rate for Mechs? It's 150. 150 for Mechs. Special deal for people who catch this stream. I'll do the discounted rate for a core box. That's not normal rates. That is just a bonus for watching the content. And of course, you know, if you are interested in any kind of paint up for whatever you're after, whatever models, don't hesitate to hit me up. I do have negotiable rates. Now, mind you, that's not like, it's not display piece quality. You're getting my like tabletop standard plus level of painting, basically. But I do like to offer deals for folks. I think it's good to toss those enticing deals out there for folks. How much is the core box? Who does it? War Games Atlantic? I want to say it's like $80. We'll do Clash of Rifles. That's what it is. RHYFLES. $79.95. $79.95 USD. Yeah. Yeah, I can include that in the price if anybody is interested and doesn't want to ship their box to me first. It's funny, the commission work is really the lifeblood of the work. And of course, you know I'm going to stream it. It will be directly streamed if you take me up on that. You have a moment to, an opportunity to influence the process and observe it. But you know, this is what I do, y'all. This is it. This guy's got so much fucking detail on him. Yeah, I think doing the 2 layers of highlights is probably going to be the way for this. But I guess if it's going to be metal, we should probably do a second highlight and then a third pass with just like really, really bright specular highlights here and there. Because this second layer is basically just painting over the gray entirely again, for the most part. There's a few spots where it's like,
Would you do a workout?
You got it.
Give me 10.
You got it, my guy. Finished the Spirits Cat Star. I was working on no picks yet, but I got a vulture in it. Hell yeah.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
All right. You know, it's funny. I'm not the only one out there doing the push-ups for chat. I was watching a stream, an FTFE stream, recently, and he's been doing push-ups for super chats, and is planning. I think it's this weekend. He's gonna do a stream that's just him doing 1,000 push-ups to raise money for charity. There's no fucking way I could do 1,000. That's insane. But I gotta admit, it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun to drop and do that. I think it's been making my making the hobby time experience a lot better, a lot more enriching. I think there's something to perhaps working on these paint jobs with the exercise dopamines. Not dopamines. What's the other one? What's the term you get from working out? Or the hormone you get from doing the endorphins? Is that the one? Sorry for more questions, but can you sell printed tanks for it? Yes, absolutely. If you're interested in commercially printed models, I now have the ability to really do that. Dopamine and endorphins. Got you. I'm going to be listing a service on Fiverr at some point, but if you need some 3D prints printed out and shipped your way, shoot me a DM. We can work out a price. I'll give you a good rate that just compensates me for my time and the postage and the resin. Everything's printed now in Soraya, so they're a little more they're not as brittle as the old prints. I mean, it's resin. Like, they're still going to be brittle, but they're a lot more flexible. Let's see. Do I have a piece I can bend here on stream? Here we go. Let's see. Do I have an old resin print here too? I don't think so. But here we go. I don't know if you can see that, like, this part actually flexes a little bit before it breaks off. And to actually break it, we're going to have to... How far does that get out before it actually breaks? And this is Soraya ABS-like. I can feel it shearing. It's still on there. Alright, so that's 90 degrees. Yeah, okay. 90 degrees before it sheared off enough to break. Obviously, little tiny parts are still going to break. Let's see if we can get that leg popped off. I mean, I hope that demonstration serves to show the difference in the resin. It's a little more expensive. Only after he gets me the Lance of Camo Mechs he promised. JK. Is it water washable? I don't know. I don't actually know. The Camo Mechs are coming. If y'all are unaware, December is going to be a stream every day challenge to myself, and we're gonna get a whole bunch of shit painted up and sent out to you, the verse. Shit, I might have to ask you about 40k bits if you're okay with it. Yes, 100%. You just hit me up. I'll give you some rates. It's that kind of stuff is definitely mutually beneficial, and I'm already pretty experienced with shipping things out. I got all these little... I don't have one handy, but I got these little boxes that I send my 3D printed stuff in. I'm 100% just joking about that too. No. They're coming. They're absolutely coming. Hey, sometimes you got to put the pressure on me to get some stuff going. But we should have a nice variety of mechs to get painted up in December. We're going to be aiming for 2 more videos before the year ends. The 10-minute mini Crater Cobras, and then the Orloff Grenadiers, which will be a full-length CFM video. And we'll be looking at streaming every day. So wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, if you need some streamed content, keep an eye out over here and watch as I descend into madness, streaming every day for a month. It's gonna be really intense. Wow, somebody just shouted racist terms outside. I hope that didn't come through the mic. Gamble 1. Holy shit, half a trillion, dude. What happens when you hit a trillion? I mean, I'm seriously considering at this point clearing all the biscuit coins and switching to a different currency to combat biscuit coin inflation. I don't know what to do to keep up with it. You have figured out and broken the gamble, and it sucks because I do not want to get rid of gamble. I think it's a really great tool for engagement as far as YouTube is concerned. Because every time any one of y'all put in a gamble, as far as YouTube is concerned, that's 2 messages that pop through. And just from a pure numbers standpoint, that's insane. All right, we've gotten like nothing done tonight. Let's see, I got 30 more push-ups before I can end this stream. It is in your hands now, chat. This will continue until that point.
Yeah. Would you do a workout?
I do.
Give me 10.
You got it.
Okay.
You got push-ups done? No, those 20 didn't count.
Bye, everyone.
20 did not count.
Ooh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
I need them to keep coming anyways, because I'm trying to graduate to the diamond push-ups that work the triceps. Oh, you got push-ups done. I'm just saying, you're not saying you finished them all, I'm just saying you've done. Yeah. I feel it a bit. I see my skin's a little flushed and I'm a little shaky. But that's fine. What better way to paint models than with shaky hands? Oh boy. I love it. I gotta start working in some kind of cardio in my repertoire. You see, there is an ulterior motive for all of this. The naughty calendar is looming. And well, it would do to tighten and tone up before hiring that photographer. Shaky hands now is just practice for painting when you're older. But I'm already old, Mr. Slink. So says Tobias. Hello. How are you tonight, Mr. Tobias? I hope it is well. We are Let's see, what have we done? We've done panel lining, and now we're doing turquoise highlights. We're highlighting our turquoise. And let's do a little bit on these grill vents. Vent grill. I'm pissed on mesh. Oh yeah, I get that. Honestly though, I just sat down to paint and had super shaky hand. It pissed me off for the rest of the day because I had to stop and couldn't paint. Yeah, my strategy for shaky hands is to drink more coffee until the shaking from the shaky hands and the shaking from the caffeine cancel each other out. Pissing on meshes. Ah, yeah. Grim, the cooldown on the exercise is 5 minutes, unfortunately, so that one won't go through. It is intentionally 5 minutes, so y'all don't literally kill me. All right. So we're coming around with a little bit of this brighter gray. I think both sides have earned a little bit here. This surely would get reflected light that comes up here. Man, somebody's like shrieking outside tonight. I can't hate on them too much. It has been raining all day. So I'm sure it's a homeless individual having a mental breakdown. Though they are going really aggressive and racist with it. And I sure hope that's not coming through on the mic.
It's that
Woo,
woo,
woo.
woo. You know what I'm saying?
Some neighbors are saying way too loud.
That's only in the morning.
Also, shaky hands are cold office kill painting vibes when you're excited to paint.
That's like an alarm clock.
Yeah, but I mean, there's that quote. Fuck, I can't remember who said it. What am I trying to say? The whole idea of painting when you don't feel like painting. I have used inspiration as an excuse over the years. Don't get me wrong, inspiration exists, and when you're inspired to do something, it makes it really easy. But if you sit around and wait for inspiration, the tedious parts become unbearable, and you never do it. So I think it's more about building discipline as compared to working with inspiration. My office is a freezer because it's a brick house with ancient heating. Yeah, that's fair. Though, you know, that could be an excuse to PJ painting time. You could do like one of those full zip-up pajama setups with the footsies and the butt flap and sit there in nice warm flannel and paint up. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Tobias Fonstellion gave Joe a Steak Biscuits membership.
That's so much. Thank you, Tobias. Wow.
Tobias Fonstellion gave Calix's CSI a Steak Biscuits membership. Tobias Fonstellion gave Mercutio a Steak Biscuits membership. Tobias Fonstellion gave Dr. Cat a Steak Biscuits membership. Tobias Fonstellion gave Vandal Noir a Steak Biscuits membership.
Holy moly. Thank you so much, Tobias. That's insanely generous for the guy.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
Who claimed that? Those Technortians trying to get me out of here, letting me go home. Not yet, though. There's still 10 more.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, fuck.
We're talking about the thugs. T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, cause a thug king spell.
Thank you for your concern about my physical well-being. My apron was under my knee when I got up, and I ripped it a little bit. Man's the Oprah membership. This is insane. Single-handedly funding a biscuit army. All right, that is 90. Stream ends at 100, but that goal still stands. Because it didn't accept Grimm's Dono for some reason. Here we go, though. Let's at least finish this highlighting process. We're gonna be back at it Excuse me. We're gonna be back at it tomorrow with the Derek's Devils. I've got another set of 3D prints to do tonight to get them all ready. But then we're gonna dig in tomorrow with some nice gradients. Might be looking at doing a whole bunch of wet blending on panels. And that'll be tomorrow at some time. I'm gonna aim for noon. I might make it a 3 o'clock stream, to be honest. Today was really rough trying to get going, and I ended up pushing this one back 6 hours. We'll see. Tomorrow will be a new Merc color. Failed to give. I wonder why it did a fail to give for you, Slink. Not really sure what that was all about. This does not compute. Right? Yeah. I know my music. Shit, I bet regular viewers of the channel know a lot of these songs by now. I should maybe expand that by 50 or so songs, just so we get some new stuff in there. Holy shit, there it is, dude. I'm gonna listen to this before I drop and do the thing.
Grim donated a $5 super chat. Finish that cabby lad and work them arms. A jarge, a jarge, a jarge.
A jarge, a jarge, a jarge. You got it, dude. This is gonna literally kill me. All right, here we go.
Hit the dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Fuck, 20 is rough, dude. I was feeling pretty good about it. But 20 hits different as compared to sets of 10. Just saying. Let me catch my breath. All right, back at it. It's like the heat coming off my skin after 20 feels real. So how do we, if I can do 20, if I can do 20 in a set, how do we integrate this into the redeem exercise? Because it's still drop and give me 10. It's going to remain drop and give me 10. Do I boost the cooldown? No. I think what we do is what I've just done here. greater suffering comes from monetary contribution. Also, thank you so much for the generous donations, Grim. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, y'all helping to fund this endeavor make it all possible, and it is really, really awesome. Counterpoint: just add 5 and not 10 to the count right now. What do you mean, like? Oh, I only did 10 down there, actually. This is just the bonus stuff. Just add 5 and not... Oh, I see what you're saying. If 20 is hard, 15 should be good reps. I see. I also didn't put 20 down here. This is for me. I like that y'all have a visual representation, but this is for me. Do 15, you say. All right, that's solid advice. Again, I'm trying to graduate to the tricep push-ups. That way I start getting the work back here. Because as it is now, I'm feeling it up top and in the front. And in the abs. But, that's what this thing has become. The streams have become... make a man suffer. But that's the good stuff. It's just like the paint eating. Alright, let's get through this crab, y'all. Let's get through this crab. Let's at least get through the crab. I feel like it's decent progress. Maybe not the best progress, but it's progress. And then these lads are going to get added to the photogrammetry, to the Steam Workshop item, which is live currently. We're going to be doing an update on it soon. I have a bunch of Valamon's Riders mechs to add from Tobias, and then I'm planning on scanning a couple more of my forces. I've got the Black Wind Lancers.
And there is no one that does it better.
I should probably add the stuff like the Orloff Grenadiers and my
and a double helping of gravy.
12th Vegan Rangers. They should go in there. So more stuff coming. I've been meaning to do a Maintenance Monday stream at some point.
I do.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's it right there. Thank you, Slink.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I did say that was going to be the end. But we're not done with the crab. And I'm 10 shy of 150. So one more set and we call the stream. Can I finish highlighting this crab before one of you madmen toss me another one inside of 5 minutes? Here we go. Let's do this. And then at least I've got this highlighting set done. And we can, we'll move on to some fun stuff tomorrow. We'll be starting in on the Derek's Devils. If you're not sure who they are, check them out on Camo Specs. They have a really fun paint job. They should be a lot of fun to paint. It's going to be a mix of Catalyst models and 3D prints. So I think it'll be a good exploration of like how good the models look next to each other. So yeah, come check it out tomorrow if you're around. Should be a nice relaxing day. Just more painting. We do paint around here. We need to get some more content out, but the painting The painting is a thing, and it happens. All right, so let's see. We already did the front of that one. We need to do this gun. I think most of the work now is on the legs. Kind of just hitting this with a highlight that's where the sun's coming down from the top. Same here. Though I think we maybe need to do... We still need to do like an upper highlight here. I got a little bit on the inside. Let's fix that. All right. And then we want a tiny bit on the inside of the bottom of the barrel. On both sides. Okay. The little thingamabobs up underneath him, I think get a little bit of highlight. Not much though. It's just going to be reflected light hitting those. So less is more here. They stay kind of dark. What's next? These little pistons on the back of the legs. There we go. I see a spot that missed an ink wash right here. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that right now. Let's get our normal oil out and fix that real quick. There we go. It's not enough. It needs a little bit more. Needs a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. And you know what? While we're at the gnome oil, I did see a spot on the champion that needs some as well. So we're gonna get some up under there. It's right here. That needed some love. I'm not eating this for pleasure, by the way. I just have a boo-boo. I need to quickly remove the paint. This stuff tastes awful, and I do not recommend eating paint. Do not eat your paint. Don't lick your brush. Don't do it. It's kind of shocking how bad it is for you. I say as I lick the brush multiple times. But you know, moderation in all things, including moderation, so... for fuck's sake, I missed some there too. I need a big brush. Consume the paint. Wait, that's a... Is that a Miniac thing? That's a Miniac thing, right? Consuming the paint. I'm fairly certain it is. This bit here on the back of the leg did not get washed. So it needs some black in there. Devour it even. I have sampled many paints. I actually have a pretty good taste profile of them. Citadel washes are among the worst. It is a very unique flavor. GW paints aren't as bad as their washes. Vallejo is probably the best flavor of paint. It has like a soapiness to it. I don't know how to describe it. Other than to call it soapy. It's got an interesting flavor, and it's not entirely unpleasant. I mean, it tastes like cancer, you know, but it's not entirely unpleasant. And unless you get large numbers. If y'all recall, I did mix up sometime back, mixed up a shot of paint water and did the whole shot. And I almost vomited on camera. It was really bad. Insanely bad even. Am I out of frame? I am. Do not recommend. get a soapy in Thailand. What is that? What about AK? I haven't tried AK yet. I should probably buy some AK just to taste it. I think you have a point there. You have a point. I have yet to sample AK. Maybe an AK starter set would be the way. And give them an honest review. Where hasn't gotten any color? I think that spot we just washed could probably get a little bit without fucking it up too bad. We want some right here. There we go. And then, is this dry enough to take a little paint? It looks like the upper surfaces are, so I'm gonna risk it. There we go. I think, oh, right here, the back of these boys. The back of these boys need a little bit of that highlight tone. And I think that's looking pretty good, y'all. A little bit right here, maybe. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit here, and there. And I think that's a highlighted up crabby boy. Looking decent. The inside right here. So it's not a huge change, to be honest. But I can see immediately, y'all probably can't on the screen, but like these crevices here are now richly deepened, and I can see them at arm's length, and they don't feel so flat anymore. Same here. This is like nicely deepened, and I am still a little sad about these panel lines are way too shallow to take detail. They're never gonna take any detail. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get out a little bit of black paint. And I'm gonna put black on the edges of on all the laser ports. Best paint for taste, Vallejo Primer NATO Green. It's not stream appropriate. See, that's what I figured a soapy was. I don't know. Soap seems like, wouldn't soap create some like potential like almost chemical burn type effects? You know what I'm saying? Like that might be a bad idea. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back in and we're gonna kill time until the last set of 10 comes through, and we're gonna start out with a little bit of black, and we're gonna put it on the palette, and we're just gonna fill in the lasers, and that's all because my jeweling technique for the lasers involves painting over a black base. So we're gonna I want to fill these in black. All these lasers. And of course my lasers
But you do work out.
diverge from the normal lasers that everyone else does. Alright. You got it. Who gave me that?
Bye,
Tobias,
everyone.
thank you.
She can go on forever.
Tobias has ended the stream. Let me do those and then we'll do a wrap up. And I will join folks in the voice chat over on Country Fried Minis. Last 10, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That set was rough. That set was rough.
And a
Okay.
double helping of
That's
gravy.
about my limit then. That's what we're learning today. I can do about 150 inside of 3 hours, 3.5 hours. All right, y'all. I think these are coming out pretty nice. They're gonna get a little bit more work off the screen. As I find time to work on them, I'll post them over in the over on the Discord. Yeah. Let me take a moment to thank y'all for coming through and checking out what's going on tonight, this late night or late evening.
No one that does it better.
I know I keep saying it and keep hammering it home, but this is all possible thanks to y'all's generous contributions. So I will do my damnedest to continue to provide content that is helpful, inspiring, whatever use you get out of it. We do have some new content coming soon, some actual video stuff, so keep an eye out for that, and keep them push-ups coming. In conclusion, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis. This is the Bullshit Cooner. This is the Bullshit Corner 2.0. These are Big Kev's Brigade. I want y'all to remember, be happy while you're painting, and to know that your participation here makes me happy while I'm painting. Thank you so much. Catch y'all for the next one. I'll be back in this spot tomorrow, probably 3 p.m. PST. It's a Saturday, so I kind of want to sleep in a bit. But we're going to be working on Derek's Devils tomorrow. Real fun, black to like a deep red gradient with golden yellow highlights and a fun little free-handed detail. We'll be working on those for a while and getting those shipped out. Anyhow, thank y'all so much and have a fabulous night. Goodbye.